Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Original Sports Podcast with Mark Maradei and my Barbershop crew. I got them all here today. I'm kind of pumped up about that. I want to start tonight's show with some recognition of our guy, Dan Harris. Dan's a guy who had a vision. He'd been going through some serious health problems, started Let's Talk Sports, and put the network together. We've got several people on that network, somewhere around 25 different podcasters on that network doing shows. Recently, Dan was put in a hospice, and unfortunately, Dan passed away recently. So, we're waiting for official word because Dan's over in Great Britain, but we have pretty solid confirmation. So a big shout out to Dan for doing all this, and we're going to keep it going for him. We're very appreciative of him starting this network and asking us and letting us be part of this. My sincerest apologies, you guys, for not having the show at Rockwell Brewery last Saturday. Things happened, and things happened I could not control on Friday. We'll be there again real soon. I'll get it set up. Matt loves the fact that we go there and do our show. And the next time we go there and do our show, we're going to sit out in the general population. And there's a lot of people that are interested in coming there and harassing us and being a live audience for us. So I'm looking forward to that. But all right, enough of that crap. Tonight's episode going to feature our spontaneous reactions, some NFL recap from week 5. We'll finish it up talking week 6 picks. And before we get to that, we'll talk some college football. Let's get it rolling. But hey, go grab yourself a quick beer, and don't forget to chime in. You got the chat box over there on the show. You can also text us at 301-792-5635 if you've got some comments or questions you want to throw out at us. We'll take those too. So, hey, man, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let's start with Noob.
Hey, Coach Noob. Glad to see you guys. Week 5 of the NFL season. Rough weekend for me, man. All my teams lost, pretty much everybody I root for, but that's all right.
Yeah. The dream?
The dream is real.
Keep it live.
He's real. K-Watt?
Hey, Kevin Watson.
And that's about as good as it gets, right?
Yep.
Sis?
It's almost bedtime, buddy. We got to speed this up. It's TC's in the house, OSP. We got a show for you, America.
Hey, you know what? The Pens dropped the puck at 8. I just need to make sure I got the TV fired up for that, baby. Hey, one more quick recognition. Legendary Dick Buck has passed away at the end of last week. Dick was in his 80s, had a hell of a career. Hey, Rasheen, go ahead now. Let's hear it.
I'm just saying, listen, he played 8 years. I looked at the running backs, that list I sent you. Who the hell was he tackling? I mean, them dudes were terrible.
He was tackling guys who were playing the years he was playing.
I'm just saying. I guess Jim Brown wasn't around. I'm assuming. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
What years did he play? I don't quite remember.
65 to 73, man. He did a Barry Sanders.
He was around, right?
Huh?
Jim Brown was around.
He was listen. The only running back I seen on that list that was worthy was the Juice.
He was in the movies then.
Huh.
He was in
Jim
the
Brown
movies.
had to be around.
The Steelers running back last name was Hoke.
Okay.
Dick Hoke.
Yeah.
He used to drink at Carinos.
I don't think Buckus was known for his athleticism. I think he was just more of
pretty
a
looks. This is pretty looks like us guys here.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying they like, oh, they feared. Like, I'm trying to figure out who feared him. I'm just curious.
The people he played against.
Oh, okay.
He was pretty violent. He was violent. He was violent.
He was the animal, the enforcer, the maestro of the mayhem, and the robot of destruction.
Yeah. Okay.
You got names like that. You're right.
So what are you trying to say? I'm not quite sure. So you're not a fan of Dick Buckus? What's going on?
Listen, I don't want to hear like people feared like remember when Steve Young was doing an interview and they were talking about Greg Lloyd? He said, I feared that guy. I'm scared of him.
Yeah.
Right. I never heard a running back say, man, I was scared of Dick Buckus. Who the hell's feared him? The kicker? The punter? I'm just curious, man. I mean, look, man, we got to quit hyping people when they don't deserve hype. That's all. 8 years.
Made the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean,
we already had that show. We need to go over that. We need to review those people every year. Hey, what you doing here again? Okay, yeah. All right, you got to go, man.
So we'll get the list this year. We'll put our own people in. How about that? The OSP Hall of Fame.
oh my God.
We'll make little plaques for them. Hang them up in my office here.
Yeah.
Sound good?
I'm down for it. I'm just saying, man.
All right. Hey, spontaneous reaction question 1. Messi, questionably one of the greatest soccer players ever, retiring after 2025 from league play. He did say he wanted to play in the World Cup one more time. Wow. Where does his career fall in line with some of the greats in the sports? I'm thinking guys like Gretzky, Peyton, Michael Jordan. Is he one of the greats to play that game? Could you lump him in that category?
I could lump in the game of soccer.
Wait. Bro, I'm sorry to cut you off. Bro. You said Gretzky, but you didn't say Lemieux. So you got to put them together, bro. Gretzky and Lemieux. Now you can go on.
Okay. Okay. I'm not going to dispute that. Trust me.
In the game of soccer, absolutely, he's at the top. He's up there at the top of the list. Where does he rank within that? I couldn't begin to tell you because, in the soccer world, there's a big debate, on, where he falls in line as far as, all-time players.
He got to be top 3. We ain't going to say Pele's old behind, are we? Like, we ain't doing that, are we? Like, Pele.
Instead of begin now?
We're not going to say Pele. He's old. Like, it's a whole different time.
She doesn't like old people. We know that.
He's made it very adamant. He's only down with modern.
Yeah. Like you can't just leave those guys out of it.
Yeah.
How about Diego Maradona?
Diego was nice.
What? Hey, listen, we just had school training about this bias stuff. You can't be biased against old people.
You just like Maradona because it sounds like Maradei.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude. Listen, man. Like Pele, who was Pele playing against? Who was the other guys that were good like Pele?
Oh my! Like he had tons of players at that particular time. There was tons.
All right.
We need you to do a little research.
I have a whole Google slide that I could send you on Pele.
No, I don't want that.
From virtual. It's from virtual teaching. I can send it to you.
No, I don't want it.
He was a magician with the ball, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. Look, there was no one else. That's like Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points against everybody 5'9". I'm not impressed.
He played St. Gert's in that game.
I'm not. Y'all impressed by 5'9". Everybody's 5'9". He's 7 feet with the ball like this, and nobody can get it.
But you got a time period in there. It's a time period. He can't help when he played.
Yeah. And I would say Wilt Chamberlain was one of the few guys that played when he played that could play now.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
All right.
Anyway.
You think Maravich could play now?
Probably.
Pistol Pete?
Yeah.
Maravich?
Yeah.
Stood up. They still got him because
like
Jordan said,
Stockton.
"No, don't put me up on there."
Like John Stockton.
So it's still Maravich, right?
Okay.
Ben Narcic loves that guy.
Pete Maravich?
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete.
He's nice. He's from Pittsburgh. Wasn't he from PA?
I think West Virginia, maybe.
No.
That sounds right.
Look that up, Racine. Get on that.
New guys are trying to take our credit.
Well, since this was called spontaneous.
He's a freaking rare form tonight, huh?
Y'all ready?
All right.
He's from Aliquippa.
Oh,
with the quips.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Born in Aliquippa, 1947.
I saw.
Good call.
I saw Messi. I saw a little clip. Some little kid went running. He was like running at him, and his bodyguard grabbed the kid. He was going to haul him off the field. And Messi said, "Bring him over to me." So they brought him over to Messi. Kid was probably like 10 years old, about this much shorter than Messi. Messi is a little dude, man. He's a tiny guy.
Nice.
I couldn't believe how tiny he was. But he's a magician with the ball, right? Yeah, that's what I could say. Hey, second spontaneous reaction. NFL football played in London every year. When are Jags going to make that their home?
It is. They're the London Jaguars. They played there 9 times. It's insane. I was looking that up. They averaged about 80,000 fans. Why wouldn't you? You're pulling some major bucks there.
Their owner owns a soccer club over there, doesn't he? Wasn't the owner? Yeah.
Yeah, at Wembley.
They're going to Frankfurt
That
in
guy.
November.
Okay. Yeah,
They are?
Not the NFL is, not the Jaguars.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to put a team over in London.
They're trying to put a team in Europe, that's for sure.
Image.
I think inevitably you're going to see the Jaguars play like maybe 6 games over there.
That's kind of unfair.
It is, because especially this last game against Buffalo, they went over there, played the week before, stayed there, and then Buffalo had to come over and play.
Right. They claim that's why they lost, but yeah.
Excuses.
I don't know, Maradei. You're the world traveler. How do you feel when you get over there? Are you tired?
I don't get tired until I come back.
Okay.
I don't get tired until I come back.
How far ahead are they? Like 8 hours or so?
What are they, young? 6?
5. Something.
5
or 6, yeah.
Yeah, 5 or 6, depending on. They do have a time change over there. One time change. They do have it. That one year, Young and I traveled over there. We had a time change. That was a little difficult.
Yeah, it's only 5 hours ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but still, 5 hours is 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, isn't that Hawaii from here?
Go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
What time was kickoff on our time, Eastern Standard? 9 o'clock?
Well, the game was 9:30 there, so that's
a
like
little
4:30
early
in the morning.
So you'd have to get up. You'd have to get up pretty early.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's like Little League football. If you played on the court.
Yeah.
As long as Beatro Gay wasn't playing that early, he was all right. Hey, last one for you guys. Why does most of America give 2 shits about baseball?
Hold on.
Oh, let
Why
Watson.
do they not?
Sizzle. Let Watson go. Go ahead, Watson.
Yeah.
Say the question again.
Why does America give 2 shits about baseball? Most of America.
I didn't know they did.
Yeah.
I'll start there. I don't think America gives 2 shits.
They don't.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watson's saying ever.
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
I think it used to be big in the 70s and 80s.
I was going to say, 70s and 80s, but right now we could care less about baseball. It could go away, and we wouldn't even know.
You think?
Yes, we would, because ESPN would be worse.
That's not possible.
Like you get.
I mean,
that's not possible.
And I'm not a big guy. I do believe in parity, but baseball needs it badly. I mean, you have all these teams, but then you have some teams that are out of it as soon as month of April is over. They're done.
Yeah.
They're done. So it's like, what's the point of watching it?
Yeah.
Pirates run out until May.
And then we're done.
I mean, they just take a back seat.
They rocked April. And here's
part of that, Watson, is the fact that there's no spending floor. If there was a spending floor, you have to spend this amount of money, then it would change the dynamic some, at least. Because right now, the guys from Pittsburgh and some of these other small market teams, they barely spend anything. And they count on having some development, and these guys come up for a few years until their arbitration year's up, and then they get rid of them.
And then I ask you the question, they spend so little, but then why are the salaries in baseball, they're huge?
Nacho sales.
Kids, if you're listening, that's the game to play.
Well, okay, the salaries aren't huge for every team. You look at a team like Pittsburgh, they signed their first $100 million guy this year. They signed him to a 6-7 year deal. Yeah. 6 years, $100 million. That's a pittance compared to, a guy like Scherzer making $40 million.
Ooh.
I mean, those teams are able to capitalize on their commercial ability in the towns they're in the cities they're in, I should say.
See, that's what I was going to go to. I think because Watson, he grew up in Fredericksburg, right, Watson?
Yeah.
So y'all didn't really have a pro baseball team, because was there anything in Washington at that time?
Yeah. The team in Potomac, they have one there now. They actually have one in Fredericksburg now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Potomac was the big one.
Okay.
I think it might have been Potomac Cannons or something like
Cannons.
that.
It's the Cannons. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember for us growing up, at least for me, I mean, I probably could speak for Sizzle and Maradei. I mean, the Pirates were winning, and we were all into it. You know, it's a sports city. When the Penguins we're into it.
At the end of the day,
I was going to say for here, everybody went to Baltimore. Same idea, you know, and they were great.
At the end of the day, Kurt Flood changed baseball by being a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where it all changed with him.
Here's my quick take on it. Kids 5 to 18, half of them in this country are on their ADHD, so they can't pay attention long enough. And the other half of them, they're on medication to help them. But the thing is, other sports are picking up. Lacrosse is like going crazy in this area, more so than ever. Soccer's taken over. Basketball, obviously, everybody wants to be on the court. All those other sports are picking up for the youth, and whatever the youth are, wherever they want their parents to take them, that's what they're getting interested in. And if their kids are interested in it, parents are interested in it, then that's where the fizzle and the dismay of the sport of baseball is on its demise. It's going down. So,
and
it's my take.
And the year-round athlete, like, so you train year-round for your sport. So say you're a football kid, you're a basketball kid. You're a basketball kid, you play year-round. You don't, you play fall basketball, you play spring basketball, you play summer. Like, you don't have time for baseball.
Right. Wow. Never thought of that one. Yeah. I love to play baseball as a kid. I did.
Yeah, me too. That's all we did when I was a kid.
You know, I was just wondering, do kids play rundown anymore, like those little things we used to do?
Oh, yeah, that was fun. I forgot that game. Yeah. That was fun.
You just got mad and just whipped the ball at the guy. You know, just.
We played Smear the Queer.
Are you not allowed to say that? We just had that training. We just had that training, Mike.
Oh, my God. I'm going to get fired.
That
was the name of the game.
We played.
That was the name of the game. It was the actual name of the game.
How about when you put a ball up in the air?
Yeah.
You carried the ball.
Yeah.
And you would just
Oh my God!
To the ground. If they tackled you to the ground, you throw it up, and then whoever got it next, you tackle him to the ground.
Free frog. Yeah.
What'd you call it?
Free frog.
Free frog.
What?
Not free balling, but free
You
frog.
didn't call it that.
No.
Should we go to that name for it?
You must have gone to that equity training yesterday.
Hey, that G-Bird game was much better. I like our name.
That's what we called him Vandergrift too.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, let's get into a little NFL Week 5 recap. First game was last Thursday night. Bears 40. Bears 40, you guys. Commanders 20. Fields versus Howe.
Disappointing.
I know we talked a lot of shit on Fields, but boy, he looked good that night. Him and
Not just
DJ
that night,
Moore.
the week before too, when they lost to Denver. He's looking a little bit better.
Yeah.
But Sam Howell had the most yards that last week, 388.
How do you push the Eagles to the brink and then come and do this? This is the thing with the Commanders. Every time I get into watching them, they beat the team they're not supposed to beat, and they lose to the team they should never lose to.
Oh, you sound like you're talking about Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's true too.
I would say
it's
it's a head coaching problem. I think it's a head coaching problem.
Huh. Oh.
Sounds like you're talking about Pittsburgh.
Riverboat Ron, huh? He too old.
I'm not a Riverboat Ron fan.
Okay.
But I will tell you, and I'll go back to what Watson's been saying for a long time, and I will continue to revisit this. Sam Howell is a good quarterback.
Yes.
He is a good quarterback.
Yeah, I took him on fantasy this week.
He will be good. I think he will be.
He'll develop into a good pro quarterback.
Yeah, he's getting better. You can actually see him improving a little bit. He'll get better. He has a nice arm, and he has a good feel for the game.
He's gritty.
Still learning.
He's gritty.
Still learning. He makes mistakes.
And I'm not talking about doing the gritty, nothing like that, but he is gritty.
Man, I want to see them just lose the rest of the season, get a good draft, top 5 pick, get. We got to go to the next one.
We're doing the gritty, ain't we?
Get it. Watson on the piano back there.
Yeah.
Was that from
Jags
Sleeping with the
25,
Enemy?
Bills 20. Takeaways from that game. Travis Etienne finally showed up on the field legitimately. I thought that was pretty good for that kid. I do still believe in him. He had that knee-ending injury. Was it last year, his rookie year? And it's taken him a little bit of time, but he showed up this week. I will say that we'll revisit what we talked about when we did spontaneous reactions, but that home field advantage by the Jags getting to stay over there, that's really that's bad. I think that's bad.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to be able to go over there if the Jags have been there for a couple of weeks and beat them? Your clock is still going to be whack, even though, most of the time when you go to Europe, when you come home is when you get that jet lag, you're still a little whack when you get there.
What day you think they left? Tuesday to get there Tuesday? They leave Monday, Tuesday?
Probably Wednesday.
Well, I think those guys that are Ravens and Titans are there this week. I think they were leaving Pittsburgh right after the game. They were going straight there, they said.
Really?
That's what I heard, but you might as well.
That's a smart thing.
Yeah, by the time you get acclimated and all that, and you eat some of them fish and chips, that stuff doesn't sit too well. You got to hit the toilet, and then you got to get to the practice field out in Tottenham. It's not a hop, skip, and a jump. And yeah, it's going to be tough. I don't know how they gave the Jags pass on that. That is crazy.
And I think they'll just continue to do that inevitably. I mean, if they're trying to set themselves. I just read the other day where they're trying to have 4 or 5 more games over there next year.
Wow.
I think inevitably they want to have every team play at least one game somewhere else, whether it's Mexico or in Europe.
They're talking about the Steelers in Ireland.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be a good package to go.
But we, as a player, I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up to play in London.
Hey, as a teacher, there's a lot of stuff we didn't sign up for, but we just got to do it.
That training yesterday. Training yesterday.
Monday.
I'm not a teacher.
It is what it is.
That sucks.
It is what it is. Hey, let's keep moving. Texans and Falcons. Falcons pulled this one out 21-19. But you know what? Stroud still hasn't thrown a pick, has he?
No.
I'll tell you what, that guy that came over from Frisco, man, he's legit. He's a 36-year-old offensive coordinator who was the quarterback's coach, and he brought that system there, and he's making this kid flourish under the system. At the end of the day, they might have got the best pick in the draft in terms of quarterback.
Yeah, he did.
So the guy studied under Shanahan? I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. He was a quarterback's coach.
Okay.
Yep.
Just like the Steelers, if they were smart, they'd go get the quarterback's coach right now at San Francisco and bring him to you. You get him for the cheap, and you get a system that probably is going to work. But I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You need to text your boy and tell him that. Hey, listen, we'll come back to this. The Falcons are 3-2, though. Did you know that?
Yeah.
The Falcons are 3-2. Is that
They're
shocking?
about to be 4. They'll be 4-2 after this week.
Who they got this week?
They got the Commanders.
See, now this is when the Commanders will win.
Yes.
I could see the Commanders winning that.
Yep. They will.
But even if they don't, are you surprised at the 3-2 record of Atlanta?
It's in Atlanta. Yeah, I'm surprised. But they got some young talent. They got some young talent there, too, with Ryder and Bijan Robinson. Bijan, sorry.
Ritter stinks, by the way. I'm sorry. Ritter's not good.
But, I mean, he's doing all right.
Howell's better than Ritter.
Howell's definitely better than Ritter at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I will give you that. But at the end of the day, they're not asking him to win games either.
No.
They're not putting him in position he has to win games by himself.
He did, though. He did. He just won this weekend.
Yeah.
But in the NFL, once they figure, like the Falcons do 90% of the time run, once they shut that down, the game's over.
Whatever happened to Kyle Pitts?
He's gotten better. Last 2 weeks.
Ritter can't throw in the ball.
He had a big game last week.
He had 7 catches for 87 yards.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been good the last 2 weeks.
Because you haven't heard much about him. I had him last year in fantasy, and he was a dud. He'd be lucky to catch 2 balls a game with 4 or 5 targets. It was bad last year for him. So that's good. That's good to hear because he really is their only legitimate target. I mean, who else catches a ball down there? They got rid of
London. Kid named
Drake
London.
Oh, yeah, Drake London.
Out of USC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Steelers, Ravens. Steelers 17, Ravens 10. It was ugly football from Pittsburgh. Would anybody want to deny that? No.
Just
no.
how we grind.
You know who else was ugly though? The receivers in Baltimore.
Oh my gosh!
Somebody was telling one kid we have in the office at the end of the day. He said that Baltimore dropped, what did he say, 5 passes for 189?
And 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah. I mean, every team has that, but
can we talk about Levi Wallace just for 1 second?
He's terrible.
Yes. All right. Go next.
Yeah. It should be Joey Porter Jr.
Terrible.
It's not even a question.
Teams know the throw on Wallace. They know.
And Peterson does not look like the Peterson we've seen for years.
He's going to safety or go home.
Yeah. I mean, part of that's the system they're running. Watson, you're a defensive back guy. Why do we have to continue to watch them play that soft zone?
I think it's because of your personnel. I don't think you have guys that can cover man. You got one guy that probably is a man guy, and he's not starting. I think that's probably the issue. I think they realize Peterson is not definitely a man guy anymore. Used to be, but probably not. Levi Wallace, he can cover you in the short, but anytime you take a long route on him, he's going to get beat.
That's definitely the issue. You remember when we had Dwayne Washington? It'd be like 3rd and 3, and he'd be 12 yards off the receiver.
Yeah, yeah. Therefore, and then when everybody goes downfield on it. Then you just got guys running wide open, and all the quarterback has to do is just hit them. I mean, they got to figure out something. You got to disguise it. You got to do something.
And this was not Lamar's worst game. He actually was hitting the guys. He actually looked okay.
And it was scary hitting them, and then they were just dropping them, which they're professional football players. How in the hell are you dropping footballs like that?
Hey, I told y'all first show, one thing we're supposed to be able to do is catch, run, and thread.
Yeah.
I don't know where they got these guys. Suburb guys. These must be suburb guys. Suburb guys.
My question is this, though. In terms of catching the ball he throws, he doesn't throw a normal ball. So those guys getting enough reps off of him in practice. I mean, he brings it sidearm. The spin is just a little bit different coming sidearm. It's like somebody who throws it left-handed. The spin's coming at you different. Is that impactful in a game?
Mahomes does that too, though, doesn't he?
Mahomes throws it from every fucking angle possible.
Yeah. I tell you what, I watched AB Steelers training camp. In between reps, in between, practice, after practice, before practice, my man hit that jugs machine all day long. If you catch that many balls in between practice, after practice, before practice, you'll be able to catch the ball regardless of what spin is on it.
And not to mention, those gloves are sticky.
Yeah, they are. That's it. Like, I don't understand how you drop with those gloves on.
They must got little hands. They must got sizzle hands.
These are big guns, man.
You and Kenny Pickett. How about Matt Canada, though? What's Pittsburgh going to do with that situation?
Who do I look like?
Oh.
Yeah. With the pen in your hand, too.
So,
how about
touchdown pass? And Kenny Pickett had the audible for the touchdown pass. That was not Canada's call.
He should be audibling more often. And they said he will not let him audible.
That was Canada's call. They said Kenny just changed the blocking assignment. That's all he
not
did.
True. So I know what they said, but Watson, that's a true thing that you sent. And their deep ball signal is Randy Moss. And he calls Randy for the protection, and then he signals to the receiver.
Gotcha.
We're going up top.
Is that what happened? Why Canada looked like he was mad? We scored?
Yeah. That's why he wasn't celebrating. We got to touch him because your quarterback did what he was supposed to do, and he can't accept it because he didn't make that call.
Wow. Okay.
He an idiot.
Hey. This name has been popping around. His name is Glenn Thomas. He was an offensive coach at ASU, and he sat right beside Matt Canada when Canada looked like he was pissed off. Glenn Thomas was on top of the world throwing his arms up. and there's a little bit of scuttlebutt that this might be the guy that gets phased into that position. He's considered an offensive assistant. He was just hired this year. So take a look at what he did at ASU. Look at the system they're running. Maybe we'll see something different when we come out of the bye week.
I'm not getting all excited over this. They did the same thing with Canada. Brought him in from college, and he running.
Well, when you say ASU, who's that? Alabama,
Arizona State.
Okay.
He said Alabama State.
Hey,
Alaska State.
Hey,
Alaska.
also, it could be Appalachian State too, right?
Anchorage State.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say Aspen Hill State. Jeez,
Word on the street is that Rooney brought in Canada.
I don't know.
I'm thinking Tomlin is titular.
You think he's what?
Titular, like Mayor McCheese.
Yeah. So he doesn't have a choice. He's got to ride with them.
No, he's just there. Like, hey, I'm the boss. But then, like in the background, he ain't the boss. Like,
I don't know if you've heard this lately about the Steelers, but I was listening to, I forget exactly who it was, and they were saying that Art Jr. is getting ready to step away, and his son is going to step into the position. Now, Ike Taylor told me this a few years ago. When this kid takes over the team, because he's next in line, that things will go back to the way Dan ran it, and the chief ran it. Things will go back that way. That's where he is with this mentally. They just said that Art Jr. just runs it like a whatever. It's just something I have to do.
Yeah,
it's part of me being in the family here. But apparently he's getting ready to step away. Don't know exactly when, but this is also the scuttlebutt that's out there now.
Yeah, that's good.
So
I like it.
Panthers and Lions. Hey, this Lions team, you guys, they won 42-24 over the Panthers. I mean, the Panthers aren't even that competitive. I didn't expect much out of them, but they're not really that competitive. I don't even know. Did Bryce Young end up playing this week? Because he's had an issue the last couple of weeks.
Yes, he did.
But the Lions are picking up steam going forward. After watching Green Bay play, watching Minnesota play, I easily could see the Lions winning that division. Hands and, head and shoulders over them. But how do you rate Jared Goff? Remember, this is a dude who really was lost in the shuffle out there in LA, never really did much. Now he's with Detroit, a system that fits him. Where does he fall? Is he a top 10 guy now?
No.
Right. I put him on the edge of that, like right around 10, 11, somewhere in that area.
I like that, Newt. I like that. I mean, for me, usually in fantasy, I always took the Detroit quarterback because they were always behind and they always had to pass.
Smart.
So,
now, I will tell you, he has a little bit more yards than Jalen Hurts, who is number 10. He has 9 touchdowns and 3 interceptions as opposed to Hurts 6 and 4.
Who played who?
And he's not too Goffle this year. He's doing pretty well if they're 4-1. But that division is a little riddled with.
He hasn't played in that division yet, has he? Has he played a division game yet? I'm not looking at the schedule.
Green Bay.
Okay.
They beat Green Bay.
Yeah, that's right. That was that comeback game, right? No, that was New Orleans that beat them in that comeback game. Well, I think it's interesting to watch him. Also, okay, Gibbs has a concussion now, but why would you take him number 1 and not play him?
Yeah.
So my take is Montgomery. First of all, I think they like Montgomery inside run game. Like he's a physical, reliable running back.
Yes.
I think in the passing game, he's very good with his protections. If you watch him, he's huge on the protections. And you watch Gibbs try to block, and he's a smaller, undersized guy.
So why take him?
Because he's fast, and he's really explosive with the football.
Thunder and lightning, baby. Thunder and lightning.
Yeah, but there's no lightning.
They could have taken something else.
It takes time for those college running backs to learn how to block in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true. Remember, that's what they said about Najee and why he wasn't getting those early carries, because he had to learn to block. Who can block for them is Jaylen Warren. He's going to take more of Najee's carries. So, hey, let's keep going, you guys. Here we go. Titans and Colts. Colts won that thing 23-16 over the Titans before the Titans head off to Europe. But the bigger news for them is Jonathan Taylor's back. He's got a 3-year, $42 million contract. But what's going to happen to Zach Moss, who's been playing great football for them? Do they just keep him and waiting, and when somebody needs a back because somebody goes down, dangle him? You know,
either you go ahead and dangle him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can he throw it? Richardson's out. Can he throw it?
He's out for a month.
Hey, they don't need to. They don't need to. I just saw anytime Minshew comes in and throws 5-6 passes, they're 4-0 right now or 3-0. He's doing all right.
Yeah.
He's doing
I'm
all
a Minshew fan. I think he does a great job. That game he started, they should have won that game. I'm trying to think who they were playing. Was it Philly or Miami or?
I don't know, but Titans got mossed. That dude had 165 yards for 2 touchdowns. They clocked him going 20 miles an hour through the hole. I could barely get out of my community going 20 miles an hour.
Oh man! Hey, is Derrick Henry going to get moved? Is he another guy at the trade deadline? It gets moved.
Nah, who's going to take him?
He got so much. tread. I mean, he got so much wear and tear.
Damaged goods, huh?
Unless you got somebody that got a great line that he can just run up into the back of. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't see
Is he even 30 yet? I don't even think that man's 30 yet. I think when he hit that 2,000-yard season a couple of years ago, that was it, right?
He's 29. Yeah, 29.
He's 29.
Yeah.
That's, the clock's running on the running back at 29 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And they just gave him a pretty nice contract, 2 years ago? Last year?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle him. Dolphins 31, Giants 16. Wasn't even really much of a game. The Giants defense is not very good at all. Daniel Jones
Giants aren't very good.
The Giants.
Yeah.
Their offense is awful.
Yeah. There's just nothing.
We talked about Daniel Jones not too long ago being pretty decent.
Yeah, but he has nobody. I mean, nobody. Can't name any receivers. Saquon not playing. His offensive line is broken down. I mean, they are terrible.
He's got Darren Waller. That's it. Waller finally came alive. He had 86 yards on 7 catches.
Do you want to hear a funny stat? So apparently the first touchdown scored for the Giants in the first half of any game this year was a pick 6 for 100 and whatever yards that one from this weekend. That's their first touchdown in the first half of any game.
He went to Pitt, by the way. Pin up.
Nice.
Hey, another huge injury, acne or whatever. He got hurt. I think he's out 3 or 4 games.
Is that your guy, Rasheed, that running back?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he also is lightning fast. They said about 20-some miles an hour. Hey, my guy Bill Gordy threw it out there that Leftwich is campaigning in Pittsburgh to get the OC job. He's made some calls, but it's not going to happen, huh?
I like Leftwich. You don't like Leftwich?
No, I'm saying that's not that him calling is untrue.
Sandwich.
Yes. I don't know if you guys. There's a guy from Pittsburgh. His sister's married to Byron Leftwich. He called sisters, and talked to Byron. He said that ain't the case. So that's what he said.
You heard it here, America, at the barbershop. Next.
Yeah. Right here at the barbershop. That's why we call it the barbershop. Does a guy like Saquon mean that much to the Giants?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Does he open that passing game up, even though they have no names?
Yeah.
You don't need names. You just need catches.
They got no threat anywhere on offense. None.
I know. Except Waller at tight end. And how can you get him the ball when
kinda
nobody else can catch the ball?
It's kind of like saying everybody was scared of Dick Buckets. It's kind of like that.
Let me help you out from underneath that bus, Coach Buckets. Oh, shit. Hey, Saints put a lambasting on the Patriots, 34-0. Is this the end of Belichick, you guys? Because I don't see them getting any better. I don't know. They brought in Bill O'Brien. They said he was the guy that resurrected Mac Jones' career down there in Alabama, but I don't see that shit happening.
How about this? They've won 1 game, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Rasheen, you want to say something and I'll go?
No, I can wait. I'm just gonna say, y'all know I'm against old people. He old, man. It's time to move on.
All right. Here's my point. How about this? I I thought about this scenario. So what if they lose out for the rest of the year and they have the number 1 pick? How interesting would that be? Would Caleb Williams go, or would he stay? Would he stay in college?
Well, that's funny because I did read that he said I'm only going to play for certain teams, not bad teams. I'm thinking, well, if all the team that finishes bad gets to pick first, so you got to go to the bad team. What
on that list, he had the Raiders. Their O-line's awful.
Yeah,
and the Giants and the Giants. Like,
I don't know if that's true. That can't be true, Noob. I mean, right? I mean, you think about it. Like the teams that finish last pick first.
What teams did he name?
Noob, the
Giants,
Niners,
Raiders,
49ers,
Dallas.
He ain't taking Brock Purdy's job. He could probably take Dak's, but
okay. So see, he just named all big market teams.
That's
what he did. So that NIL deal can keep coming with him, so he'll make even more money. So that's what he looking out for the money.
Why did he say the Jets? Why not the Jets too?
New York. I guess
he said the Giants.
He said Giants, not Jets.
I'd rather go to the Jets than the Giants.
Hey, how about Arizona? How about Arizona?
Yeah, they're talking about getting rid of Kyler Murray. So
I would.
They need a quarterback,
but they got a lot of money tied up in him.
They do.
They guaranteed him cash. Lots.
Yeah. Can you trade? Can you trade Murray? Is he tradable?
For what?
Jerry Jones will take him.
He stinks. He's as tall as Messi.
Hey, back to the Patriots. Say you guys own the Patriots. They go 1 and whatever. You get the number 1 pick. You're bringing Caleb Williams. Do you keep Belichick or you let him go?
I'd probably bring in a new head coach.
I let him go because he can't relate to the players, man. He like 80.
I don't know if he ever did though. I don't think he ever related to the players.
They drinking Gatorade. He drinking Metamucil.
Yeah, when they're popping champagne, they're popping what? Pepto-Bismol for him? Shit like that.
So I've met him before. He is like a really uptight, like weird kind of guy. I don't think he can relate to the players ever. I don't think he was ever that guy.
They say he wasn't. He didn't build relationships with players.
No.
Let me ask another question though. And then listen, and this ain't a bias thing, but are we that high on this Caleb kid? Because I mean, they don't play in the Pac-10.
Noobs is. I'm not.
That comes later in the discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get into that. Let's get through the rest of these games. Let's get moving a little bit. Hey, Bengals finally showed some life. Week after looking abysmal, they came back and beat the Cardinals 34-20. Now, let me just say this to you. Chase had a monster game. Burrow looked a little bit more normal, but they're playing a 1-3 Cardinals team, even though that Cardinals team hung around. Think about some of the players they're trotting out there to play the game. Now they lost James Conner. Conner finally got hurt after being hurt all the time in Pittsburgh. So, what did the Bengals really prove? I mean, I guess it's a step in the right direction for them, but are you buying into them yet?
No.
Only thing I'm buying into is Chase Young, or not Chase Young. Ooh,
Chase.
Yeah, Chase. The week before he called his QB out. This week, guess what? He got all those catches. Yeah. So he finally, hey, got to get the man the ball, and you're gonna win. So that scares me a little bit. I hope they're not on the same page, but now you got to start to worry. You got to start.
They lost T. Higgins, right? He's hurt. T's out for a while.
Okay.
He's out for a while.
But Tyler Boyd eats us.
Tyler Boyd, shoot. I know a team that probably can't cover Tyler Boyd. Just saying.
I know a team that probably couldn't cover Jerry Rice.
Who's taking Higgins' spot? Irwin dude?
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd was already on the field in the 3 receivers there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though when he bump out and then they bump in, they bring I think Riley or somebody in.
Not real sure who they put out there.
I'm not real scared.
Doesn't matter.
We'll go prevent.
Bill Gordy thinks the Bengals will be a scary second half team. But he said the wide receivers are now squabbling for a trade. We'll see. If they win a couple games, I don't know if they'll get traded. That division is just so tight. You got a couple of teams 3-2. You got a team 2-2, and then you got a team 2-3.
Hey,
I mean, that division's tight.
Is this Jamar Chase's rookie contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still on his rookie. Yep.
And this is third year, so yeah, he's gotta get them numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He just said, "Shut up and throw me a damn ball." He got over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. So yes, he's open. Next,
Eagles 23, Rams 14. Makua Matata. Okay, they got Cooper back. You got Makua, Pico Nakua, and Cooper now. Does that make the Rams a little bit more legitimate though, having Cooper back? I mean, Kieran Washington in the backfield.
I worry about the Rams just in general because they do have, they're only a couple years removed from a Super Bowl. I mean, what is something missing? Yes, there still is something missing with them that's throwing it all, off. But they are a dangerous team that could beat you at any point. Like you could fly from Pittsburgh to LA and get beat just like that. Just saying.
Well, yes, because you got Levi Wallace. But if you got 2 good cornerbacks, that means on Cooper Kupp, you can go a corner with a safety helping out. And then the other great corner could lock down Nahana Makuna, where the hell is his name?
Makuna Matata?
Yeah, I don't know who they've been playing. Let me see who they've played thus far.
Gordy thinks that the window closed on the Rams. I think the only reason the window would close on the Rams is the fact that they traded away all their high draft picks for guys like Jalen Ramsey. And now Ramsey's not even part of that squad, and they didn't get shit for him. They traded him away for a pittance. I mean, they wanted to get that one Super Bowl trophy, and they got it. But, plus you're looking at Stafford. He's 34, right? 34, 35 years old.
Yeah.
He's still out there slinging it, though.
Yeah, he is.
35.
Yeah, he is.
And who's their running back? Is he
Kieran Washington
picking up the load?
He's done well to this point. That's why they were willing to move on from Akers.
Yeah.
Broncos and Jets 31-21. The Broncos couldn't hack it.
The
Jets OC. But the Jets OC laid it to them. And it was more of a revenge game for that guy. They really got behind him. And Breece Hall, he took the reins as the number 1 back of the Jets finally. He looks healthy. He's running the ball well. How you feel about Hackett, though, kind of rubbing it back in Denver's face?
Love it.
Good. Yeah,
they never gave him a season.
Yeah, he should have.
He got half a season?
Well, I mean, he did stink. Come on.
Well, there's plenty of guys who
what are they doing now?
Give a year.
About the coach now.
Yeah.
They're going to say that? I mean,
what's wrong with them?
That guy knows better than that. He knows better.
Bad.
Let's start with this. Let's start with the fact Russell Wilson is not Russell Wilson from 5 years ago. And it started to show last year, and it really shows now. I don't know if it's because of the altitude.
It's the system that he's in. What do you think?
It's that woman he's with.
I think it's a combination. I think it's they catered to him. They played to his strengths in Seattle. The guy he saw that was like his mental coach died 2 years ago, right before he took right as he was getting ready to go with the Broncos. The guy had cancer and then died right before the season started. So I think that threw him for a loop last year. I don't think they cater to what he does best, though. The Broncos, I think they're going to run their system, don't you?
Yeah.
If I were the Broncos, to talk about somebody who should just let it all go and get themselves a quarterback, that would be me. But Russell Wilson's got a price tag on him.
But y'all got to listen. He was interviewing Beast Mode. He said that he didn't even have Russell Wilson's phone number. How you gonna get the running back? You know what I mean? Like they said, he had his own little room he got dressed in or something.
Oh yeah, I read that.
He said Aaron Rodgers was a lot more professional and a teammate than was it Aaron Rodgers? I read that too. I was like, what the heck?
That's pretty interesting to me.
The opposite, Russell Wilson.
Hey, the Chiefs Vikings game, man. Chiefs 27, Vikings 20. It was a solid game. Nothing spectacular from the Chiefs yet. I'll tell you what, if the playoffs started today, I don't know if the Chiefs would make it to the Super Bowl. I don't see a Super Bowl team just yet. I see them winning games, but I don't see somebody jumping off the page like they have in previous years. Apparently, Kelsey's hurt now. He has an ankle injury that's, holding him back a little bit. But the other thing is, Minnesota is pretty much an offensive juggernaut, but they did lose. They put Justin Jefferson on the IR today. So he's going to be gone at least 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Does that mean the man is going to be Jordan Addison?
Yeah.
He would be the best one up next. There was a thing this morning, though, speaking of the Vikings, though, should they trade Kirk Cousins right now?
The rumor in New York is that he's going to get traded to the Jets. The Jets are very interested in him. Very interested in him.
That'd be a good move on their part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
They want to do that sooner than later.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could take all the old white guys. That'd be awesome.
From the NFC, what, North?
Yeah.
Let's just run through their quarterbacks. But they got to do something. Like Minnesota can't have this explosive offense and just settle for the abyss every year, because that's what's happening. I think they said, well, the Gordy says who could the Jets trade? Well, they could trade draft picks. They could trade something. They could put something on the table. It's going to be future guys from that perspective. But I get what you're saying. But also, Minnesota's going to want to shed a salary and maybe get somebody else in there, because they just can't get over the hump with Kirk Cousins. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. So,
Cowboys got lambasted by the Niners. This should make Steeler fans feel, yeah, you're right. They did trade all their top picks for Aaron Rodgers, who's a good. But 49ers 42, Cowboys 10. Dak Prescott is not the answer, just like Tony Romo wasn't the answer. I don't know. I'm not a Dallas fan. I don't hate him, but I'm not a Dallas fan. I just think they're sticking with Dak because they paid him all that cash. I don't know. Let me hear it.
I'll tell you what, the 49ers are good. They are from top to bottom, whatever. Yep. They are good. That'd be my number one ranked team right now. And they are. Think of the teams that they've played, and they have just basically went through them like nothing.
Yeah,
they are very good.
You don't see the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. I think the 49ers are the only team right now, convincingly, that they can go and win if it were tomorrow. In my mind, I don't see any other teams.
I think somebody
with the Eagles would give them a run.
I think somebody with the running game that could keep Mahomes off the field and a defense that can get after Mahomes and make him leave the pocket. I think that team can beat him.
I'm saying it convincingly, though. The Eagles, the Commanders gave them a game 2 weeks ago. I just feel like the Niners are just that dominant. Yeah, the Eagles, I agree with you there, Noob, but I don't think anybody as confidently and demanding as the Niners.
Did you guys go ahead? I was going to say, did you guys hear the story about Kittle coming to Shanahan before the game? Mm-hmm. So Kittle before the game, he is watching the it was the help me out.
He was watching Detroit. Sam Laporta.
Yes, Sam Laporta from Detroit. They did a little trick play where Laporta blocks and then gets vertical, do like a flea flicker reverse, give it back to the quarterback, throw it downfield, threw it to Laporta for a touchdown. Kittle drew that up and gave it to Shanahan. They put it in that day and ran it for a touchdown. That was pretty incredible.
Kittle had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That was National Tight End Day.
Yep.
But how cool is Shanahan to get a play like that, put it in, and then run it that day that you just put it in? Like that's
Hey, Bill, thanks for joining us.
And Tomlin would do that.
No. You know who would do that? Andy Reid would do that.
This is the game plan.
Andy Reid would definitely do that. He'd listen to what you had to say. He'd look at it and see if it was sound enough to run it. And if it is, or if he needed to tweak it, he wouldn't run it. I mean, that's just, Cowher's still playing Tampa too, bro. I mean, Tomlin, same difference. Cowher, Tomlin. He's still playing Tampa too. He can't get out of that shit. So you can't even compare. That's apples and oranges. Packers, Raiders. I can't believe the Raiders won this game. I just, I find it a little.
Bobby Spillane, 2 picks, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it blew my mind.
He wasn't running down the field covering anybody. Sizzle. He just there. But he wasn't like.
Who was he playing?
He wasn't like strat for strat with the tight end and didn't scooch up.
He was like Buckus. He's like Buckus. He's just standing in the middle.
Oh,
face.
Love dropped the ball. He threw 16 for 30 for 182 yards with 3 picks. Rough night.
Yep. We'll see how it goes from here on out, because their schedule doesn't get any easier. It doesn't get any easier.
What do you guys think of Love?
Not very good. I do want to see. I am looking forward to them playing.
I don't know if he's the answer.
No. They don't love him. They don't love him.
Nah, he ain't lovable, is he? All right. Let's get into a little college stuff and keep the show moving. Noobs and I had this discussion in the office the other day. We were talking top recruiting classes. I don't know. Noobs was talking something about, who were you talking about, Noobs? Penn State or someone?
What do you? Having a good class?
Yeah,
they do.
Penn State's solid. We were saying that Maryland's class is improving quite a bit.
Oh yeah, they've
gone up. Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta get them kids in Maryland to stay, man.
Yes. Well, they're doing better.
They played a real good. I think they just got out. I think they played a great game against Ohio State. It's just they didn't have enough other people.
Enough depth.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, like I hate these kids, man. Like, what? I'm just gonna tell you, for me, I'm a different kind of person. I'm gonna go somewhere where it's not so great, so I can make a name there. I don't want to go there and there's a statue of Neubauer out in front of the stadium. You know what I mean? I want my own statue. I don't want to be touching Neubauer.
I feel like they were in the game. I think Talia just kind of, however you say his name, Talia. I think he messed it up late. I mean, he threw a couple bad picks.
He did.
The ball where he threw it to the guy to complete it with 12 seconds left was just a boneheaded play. You just can't do that.
All right. Caleb Williams was a DC guy, right? He went to school. He went to high school in DC. Why don't you keep a guy like that? Why doesn't he stay home? Why'd he go to Oklahoma and now he's at USC? Is it the NIL?
Money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So his dad was in it for the money.
Well, at the end of the day, though, you know, Plank's a Maryland grad. Where's his money at to keep some of these high-profile kids? You know, get some of these guys in here. Now, I don't know who's the top quarterback in the state of Maryland this year, Mike.
High school?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so there's probably nobody. If you have to say that, there's probably not a kid that jumps off the page. So Maryland needs to look outside of the box in terms of quarterback. But there are some. I agree with you guys. There are some legit kids that come through this state that need to stay the hell home. You know,
the kid from DC that went to Wise, who got ruled ineligible. That kid's going to West Virginia,
and he'll be back, just like Caden was. He'll be back.
Like, what,
you know, I think it's the money, though, and I agree with you guys. That's what makes those top recruiting classes. But you take
West Virginia down. Their academics are so shot. That thing's about to be closed.
West Virginia, huh?
Like the other school in West Virginia.
West Virginia's 4-1. They're 4-1.
Yeah. He's coaching for his coaching life. Mm-hmm. That's what's going on there.
They just got to get Bobby Huggins down there. He'll start getting those guys fired up.
Huggins gives out the money. Huggins does give out the money.
Got to keep him sober.
That's the problem. Hey, early season college surprises. Who's your surprises, man?
Duke.
Yep.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I had it written down.
I like Duke, man. They got some nice guys. I mean, they should beat Notre Dame.
You know who I'm impressed with? I'm impressed with
I had it written down. Duke.
Yeah, that's who I'm impressed with. The quarterback.
Yes.
Duke can play.
I like him.
Yeah, I do too.
6'5",
He can play.
He can throw and run.
Yeah.
Is he a sophomore?
Yeah. I think so.
Red shirt or true?
Don't know.
He's definitely somebody I would fear.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised as much as I was impressed with the Oklahoma-Texas game. With Oklahoma, I think they're giving up about 80 points this year in 6 games. I don't know. That's what, 12 points, something like that.
Yeah.
You do the math.
Impressive.
That's impressive. It's not surprising. And then they jumped way up in the standings, rankings. That was a good game.
You know who surprises me? How bad Alabama's actually playing. They can't seem to settle on a quarterback. They really don't have a dominant team like they have in the past. I could easily see them getting knocked off at least one more time.
Well, that's LSU, that's Clemson, that's Alabama,
Ohio State.
Well, they're number 3 right now, but
those powerhouses. Is that the money starting to show up at these programs?
Make it even. That's okay.
Is that the money starting to show up at some of these other programs? Is that why? I don't want to go to Alabama. They'll pay me that money there, and if I don't make it in the pros, at least I can bank on what I got from there. Is that what it is?
Did you see Utah gave all the scholarship players Ram trucks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Cool.
When's the last time you would say Washington, Oregon, Texas, Oklahoma, USC are higher than LSU, Clemson, and Alabama?
In the 80s.
That's parity in college football. But I did read the other day that they're going to allow universities to start brokering those NIL deals. They're going to let them start actually being part of the action that goes on there. Not taking money from the kids, but there's something going on with those universities where they're going to let them be involved in the NIL deals.
What they need to do is they need to make sure that they have somebody that advises the kids what to do with the money once they get it.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a really good point.
Here's a surprise. Did you guys see the Miami Georgia Tech game?
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh my Lord. You guys know what happened? They're up by a touchdown they're up a touchdown, right?
3. They're up by 3. They're up by 3.
With like 40 seconds to go, instead of kneeling the ball, they ran a play, dude fumbles, and Georgia Tech gets it back and scores.
Scored a touchdown.
Miami loses 23-20.
Well, the fact that the receiver from Georgia Tech got behind the Miami guys was even more baffling.
Yeah.
I mean, they got athletes at Miami. They got kids from the 305. They should know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Speed.
Game is just
I think FSU's capitalizing on Miami's faltering.
I just don't understand how that happens to you as a coach. Like that's
whew.
I mean, just day one. I mean, it'd
well,
be
because Georgia Tech didn't have any timeouts, right?
Right, it's over. All you do is take a knee.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why.
You get what you bargained for.
Maybe he was betting. Maybe he was betting. Maybe he was gambling. New buys.
Possibly.
Might be a little richer this morning.
Who's some of the players that are impressing you in college football?
Well, Penix from Washington.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's been killing it.
Rose, is he big enough?
No, he's not. He's I believe he's Kyler Murray size, if I'm correct.
Yeah, then we got to pass on him then. Let's think. Let me dig. I mean, I'm definitely impressed with the quarterback from Duke. I definitely am. I like that kid.
JJ McCarthy. I like JJ McCarthy myself.
Oh, my man May from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Drake May.
Yeah, definitely. But North Carolina doesn't look as good, but May does.
Yeah, it's all through his bloodline there. He got the pedigree, football.
Yeah, so that.
Basketball, like everybody. He got like 85 relatives that played the next level and everything. It's incredible with that guy.
How about from Oklahoma? Go ahead. I think we all said something. Go ahead.
I was going to say, go ahead, Watson.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
He's like 6, bro.
25 years old.
I know, like but the old guy's doing it.
Yeah. I'll tell you who doesn't impress me, though, is Marvin Harrison Jr. right now, because I thought he'd be off the charts this year, but he's just not. He's doing good. Don't get me wrong, but I thought he'd be over the top off the charts. You know,
he's been hurt. He's playing through an ankle injury, apparently.
Bro, yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best receiver in there in college.
That's not a question. He's going to be a top 5 pick, no doubt about it. But I just don't think he's playing superior this year. Like I thought he was off the charts last year.
Quarterback stinks. Did you watch any of them games?
Yes, I did.
This is the year for Penn State to finally become Big Brother. If not, you're gonna remain Big Brother because once they get back to it, you're gonna be back to being Penn State.
That being said, Drew Allaire is pretty good up at Penn State. That kid quarterback in there, he's doing a pretty good job there. He's got some growing to do.
How about Travis Hunter? He's coming back this Friday. He's going to play. What do you guys see in the future for him?
NFL, big money.
Yeah.
Out this year?
That's what I see.
Is he out this year?
Who?
Lots of ladies.
Out this year?
Mercedes. Jewelry.
Is Hunter going NFL this year?
He can't.
I say he's going to stay in the.
He's going to leave out Wallace today.
He's got one more year.
One more year.
He's got one more year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heisman hopefuls. If you had to hang your hat on a Heisman hopeful right now, who is it?
Who you asking?
What do you mean? Like you say, hang your hat. What do you mean? Like who's going?
Who's going to continue to step up? Is it going to be the kid from Duke?
Is that for all of us?
Is it going to be Derek May? Is it Caleb Williams going to get the nod?
It's got to be Caleb right now at this point.
He's the favorite right now.
Yeah, he won it last year, and his numbers are only better. You can't say no.
Yeah.
You basically got to give it to him at this point.
Yeah. He doesn't play defense.
Yeah.
So he's fine. Yeah.
Let's lose to Tulane again. Where's Tulane anyway? Where is that?
That's in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah, that's in New Orleans. Hey, I sent you guys some quarterback numbers. These were kind of interesting. Top 5 guys based on rankings. J.J. McCarthy, number 1 at 94.2. Van Dyke out of the U at 92. Penix, number 3, 91.6. The kid from Oklahoma, the Gabriel kid, he's at 89. And Caleb Williams is number 5 at 88.5. And I thought the next couple were interesting. McCord from Ohio State is at an 87. And then Wegman from Texas A&M is at an 87.5. So kind of interesting at the top here in terms of quarterbacks right now in college. Out of the top 25, though, I do not see Shador. He's not in there. I'm not saying that to be critical, but, if you're going to pump this kid up, he better be ready to go. He better be in the top 25.
He's leading the college with yards.
He's also probably been sacked the most times too.
Yeah. Well, time's going to tell on that boy.
What did you guys think of that article? They said he was taking sacks on purpose. What did you guys think of that? To improve his completion percentage.
I thought it was horse shit.
Yeah. Listen, this for all we know, us 5 are the starting linemen for Colorado Buffaloes. I'm just saying, New, you can be right tackle. Maradei, you can be left, and you guys can be the guards.
They'd be in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a couple years to go. That's all I'm going to say. He's got a couple years. He's got to go. Hey, let's do our picks for this week and wrap this show up. Broncos and Chiefs, game 1. Who you got? Let's start with Sis.
Broncos and Chiefs?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs minus Kelsey's ankle.
Is this Chiefs across the board
yes.
whether Kelsey plays or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Across the board.
Okay. Chiefs across the board. Let's go. The next game is Sunday morning, 9:30. I won't be up for that. Oh, no. I'll be at hockey, actually. Ravens and Titans over in Europe. Who do you like?
Ravens.
Watson's going Ravens.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Titans just to throw it out there.
Me too, noobs. I'm going Titans.
I'm going
Everybody
Ravens.
else got the Ravens.
They got the stick them back on their hands. They're going to catch the balls.
The Commanders and the Falcons down in Atlanta.
The Commanders. Fight
What
for
do you think?
old MD.
Rashid's going Commanders.
He's going Commando. I'm going with the Falcons.
You're going with the Falcons, Young?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Waddy?
Commanders.
Commanders. Noobs?
ATL.
Oh, dude, you suck.
ATL. And you know what? I'm going to go Commanders. I just think they'll rebound this week after that tough loss. Hey, Vikings at the Bears. This is going to be an interesting 1-4 matchup in the NFC North.
Yeah. Huh.
Is Buckus playing?
Is who?
Hey, Vikings are favored. I'm going to take the Vikings.
It's at the Bears. All right, Sis. Vikings
are coming out.
I'm going with the Vikings also.
Waddy with the Vikings.
Yeah, Dick Buckus not playing.
Yeah, Vikings.
Vikings.
I'm going with the Bears. They're going to do it for Dick. Pause.
I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Doing it for Dick.
Seahawks at the Bengals. 3-1 Seahawks coming off a bye week playing the Bengals.
Seahawks. Is it in Seattle?
No.
Seattle.
I'm still going Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Seattle.
What?
Watson, Young.
Bengals.
I was going to go Bengals too.
All right.
Yep. There you go.
They're favored to win by 2.5.
You just sealed their fate.
That's a field goal. Niners at the Browns. Good game.
Browns.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. I'm going to go with the Niners though.
Rashid's going Browns.
No. I was just joking, Maradei. Hell no. Across the board.
Niners. Yeah.
Across the board, bro. Come on.
He dipped in that dummies a little too early.
49ers. I beat them by 30 points too.
Hey, Maradei, is that an Animal House shirt you got on?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
Love it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Saints and Texans.
Ooh.
At the Texans.
I got Saints. And Stroud's going to throw his first pick. Their secondary is solid, bro. I got Saints and the first pick.
Where does it play at?
It's playing in Texas.
Texas.
No matter. If you got DraftKings, put defense. Pick.
I'm going Saints. Alvin Kamara is going to have a big game.
I'm going with the Saints, and here's the first face-off of Connor Bedard's. Let's go.
He's on the first line?
Yeah.
Give me Texans.
Is that Taylor Hall?
All right.
They got Taylor Hall?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
He got traded there.
He's
Hey,
sweet.
Colts and Jags at Jacksonville.
Jags.
But if what's his name was playing, I probably would have picked the Colts.
Richardson. Yeah.
Last couple, you guys. Panthers and Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah, it's across the board.
Yeah.
They can't cover anybody. They can't even watch me.
Hey, here's an interesting one. Patriots at the Raiders.
Oh, that's going to be a real good game. I might watch that one.
Belichick, baby. Patriots.
Raiders.
Patriots. Belichick bounces back. Takes his Metamucil and his one Vitamix, whatever the hell they old people take. Vitamix.
He's playing for Caleb.
Noob got the big
Tank for
30.
Caleb. Is that what he's doing?
33 hat on. Wow.
Tanking for Caleb. All right, let's get the last couple here. Lions and Bucks.
Oh, my.
Lions.
Where's my
Me too, Watson. Lions.
It's in Tampa?
It's in Tampa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Tampa.
I got the Lions, baby.
I'm going to go with the Lions.
Interesting. Rams and Cardinals.
Rams.
Across the board.
Cardinals.
Noob's just going Cards.
I want to have the worst record.
All right. Almost there.
Oh, who's that?
My little brother when he played in the Big 33.
Who's that, Mike?
Yes.
Oh,
Mike who? Helpin?
Huh?
Mike who?
My brother, Hill.
Mike Hill. All right. Eagles, Jets.
Awesome.
At the Jets.
I got
Eagles
Jets.
across the board. No. Are you serious?
Who's taking the Jets?
No,
Eagles.
Eagles.
Across the board.
All right.
Hey,
Bills and the Giants in Buffalo.
Oh gosh, Bills.
Billy.
Probably across the board, right?
Bills
Yeah,
practice
Bills.
squad.
This is the biggest spread of them all, 14.
Last one. Cowboys and the Chargers.
This is going to be a good game.
Chargers.
It's in LA.
Give me the
Chargers are coming off a bye. I'm going to go Chargers.
Yeah,
Me too.
I'll take the Bolts.
yeah. Lance
going across-
Allsworth.
Who'd you take, Rasheen?
Chargers. Lance Allsworth.
Yeah. Across the
But
board.
they could use him. Now they lost Mike Williams.
Hey, as of last week's scores, Waddy's got 20. T says you got 22. Noob's
That's
got
right.
21, and I got 22. We missed last week's games because of me. But hey, so we'll see where we go with this. Guys, tell them how they can find you on social media, please. Start with
Instagram and the X, One Young Terry.
excellent. Watson, you got it right there for him. Tell him.
Yep, at Coach KY 10.
Noobs.
At Coach Noob. X and Instagram.
Sweet. And Sheen, the dream.
I'm just Rasheen Hill on Facebook.
MySpace. He's on
I ain't
MySpace.
hard to find.
He's on my face.
I did on baby. I ain't hard to find.
Hey, you can find our show on our webpage at podpage.com/Original Sports Podcast with Mark Maradei. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter. You can find us on TikTok and YouTube. All those are OSP with Eminem or Original Sports Podcast with Mark Maradei. Don't forget to check us out on Snapchat and TikTok. Also, I want to tell you, you can reach out to us anytime. Feel free to email us at originalsportspodcast@gmail.com with questions, comments. Thanks to Shawn Antkowiak for doing the voice intro. Thanks to Charlie Hodgson for the intro and outro music. Thanks to my wife for doing the web page, Terri Maradei.
Terri Maradei.
Join us next Tuesday at 6:55, you guys, 6:55 to experience you on the Original Sports Podcast.